I'm excited. I booked a space at this dance studio that I'm going to go to in a couple hours. For 90 minutes, I'm just going to dance until I'm so sweaty, and then I'm going to continue dancing some more. Anyway, I just briefly talked about this in my last video that I posted that I'll put like somewhere up here. I don't know what side it's going to be on, but you'll see a little thingy pop up. I was talking about going down this like specific path, and then you get to this dead end, and it's just like this void space, and how that void space to me kind of symbolizes not the end of your path, but the end of that specific journey on your path. And now it's kind of, time to take that leap of faith and jump into something else. And I read something today. I'll read it to you actually, because it's kind of beautiful, from some kind of ancient spiritual text, just because person who posted this usually post ancient text. But anyways, it says, be quiet in your mind, quiet in your senses, and also quiet in your body. Then when all these are quiet, don't do anything. In that state, truth will reveal itself to you. And it got me thinking about that void space, the nothingness, right? It's the quietness is the void space. And I have to remember, even though I have this understanding of what this void space means for me, some of you may be watching this and not even know what the hell I'm talking about. Like, what is this void space? You're kind of in this in between, and you're not too sure which way is up or which way direction that you need to go in. You're just kind of moving through it in this like fluid way. You're not exactly scared, but you're not exactly confident either. It's like kind of a combination of all these things, and that's just life, right? That's the ebbs and flows of what we go through in life. A lot of the times we kind of forget that it's in those empty spaces. How do I want to say this? It's like, it's here in my mind. I don't really know how to put it into words right now, but I feel like it's in those empty spaces. That's the whole reason for the functionality and the purpose of what it is that we are in what we do. When I was thinking about that, it brought me back to these notes that I wrote about drawing in negative spaces. And there's this exercise that artists do where they will separating the negative space in positive forms. And basically the positive forms in this creative practice is the actual figure that you're drawing. So if someone is drawing me, they'll draw me. I'm the positive form. But the negative space is everything around me. So like this space, how this line looks, right? It's not exactly me. It's the space around me. This thought kind of trailed into this other thought. I was thinking about dark matter in the universe, and the universe isn't empty space. We just cannot perceive the dark matter, but it's abundantly there. We know it's abundantly there. Scientists are measuring it and learning more information about it every year, but we know that space exists because it holds what we can perceive in it, and what we can see would not be there if that space did not exist. And that's just bringing me back to this void, this uncertainty, right? It's like it is in these spaces where we see the meaning and the truth and the purpose or the direction that we need to go into. Think of a vase. We see its form. We see that it's holding a flower, but it is the empty space around it that creates the vessel that is the vase for the flower to go into. Does that make sense? It's like if that was just a solid piece of work, the flower won't be able to go in there. It won't be a vase. It'll be a statue, right? So it is in that void space where there is purpose. I'm going to edit the hell out of this video because it's difficult for me to kind of put these thoughts into words like right on the spot, but it is what it is. Going back to like the exercise that artists do, they're drawing the negative space around a positive form, and it really helps them to draw exactly what it is that they're drawing, because they're not drawing from a space of like, okay, this is a circle, this is going to be a square, this is a line here, this is what this looks like, right? This is what a nose looks like, right? This is what I was taught what eyes look like and what a mouth looks like. This is what I see. Instead, you're seeing beyond that. And when you look beyond that, what it is that you are trying to achieve kind of comes into the forefront and it becomes clear. because by drawing the negative space, you don't rely on these heuristics, which are extremely useful for everyday life and practical living, but not so much when it comes to seeing this negative space as a metaphor in our life. When you're constantly going back to what you know, it can hinder you in some cases. It could hinder your growth. And it's not necessarily a bad thing that you're going back to just what you know, right? Sometimes it just feels good, right? It makes us feel safe. But also what can make us feel safe can ultimately be our demise in a way. Constantly just being in this energy and this mind frame of like, I need to be safe, reiterates this belief that you are not safe. Is any of this making sense? I don't know, but I needed to get this out. So also I'm trying to practice like speaking more in front of the camera because it's really interesting. I'm just looking into this camera lens and it's a void space. And it's interesting that I'm talking about this because it's through me practicing looking through this void space, this camera lens. It's when I'll be able to get better at speaking in front of the camera. And I feel like that goes so well with what I'm saying. It's like the more that I practice being in my own energy and just moving fluidly through the void space, the more confident I'll become in navigating uncertainty in life, and the more confident I'll become in the belief of myself and the belief of what I can achieve and what I can do. And I feel like this cultivates faith in a really big way. Whether you believe in a higher power or not, faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some fresh air. I took a ballet class when I went back to university, and my instructor said something that will always stick with me. I don't know, it felt good when she said it. It's true. People really have healing power in the things that they say and the words that come out of their mouth, especially when it comes from a place of love and devotion. When I was trying to learn how to do this move, it was becoming difficult for me. Even though she didn't call me out, that's why I just loved her. Like, she's seen that I really wanted to feel this movement in my body, and I really wanted to get this move. And she said,
don't look in the mirror at yourself, look beyond, use that time to focus.
And I was recording this because I was recording my body so I could see, okay, what do I need to do? How do I, when you're learning choreography, you record yourself so you could practice. I just click in and I look into that negative space around me. I look beyond me and I did the move. And it was beautiful and it felt good in my body. I say all this to tell you to embrace winter, embrace uncertainty, embrace that void space, because that void space is infinite potential. It's everything and nothing. And when you can become formless, when you can become the void space, you also become infinite. You also become everything, and I guess nothing too. And sometimes that nothingness is exactly what we need. The stillness, the quiet, the expectation is no longer existent in that space. And I think that's what we need.